Here with NT Thunder coach Darren Reeves, the new coach of NT Thunder. Welcome to the NEAFL first and foremost, and tell us how you're settling into your new role.
Thoroughly enjoyed it so far. Been up since the beginning of January, so had some time to acclimatise to Darwin and get to know the players really well, and then have a real input in what the list looks like for the season coming up.
And sort of just on your list, a couple of new faces, a couple of good recruits, good quality recruits from the NTFL. Are you happy with how things are playing out so far?
Yeah, absolutely. We really identified some key areas that we needed to go and target some players to come in, and that they would come in and then hopefully help the talent that we've got in the territory to be better, and for our group to be better as a whole. And then on the back of that, we've been able to attract some quality NTFL players back to the program, as well as some really quality young kids into our program that haven't been part of it before. So really excited what the list looks like right now, but that's pre-season, so until we start playing we don't know how it comes together.
What do you think the greatest challenge is with yourself coming into this role, and I guess learning about territory footy landscape and then tackling the NEAFL competition, which is a different challenge in itself? So what do you think are the biggest challenges for you in 2019?
Initially it's just trying to get my head around the lack of time I have with the players on the ground, with all our players still playing, or majority of our players still playing NTFL. That's been difficult, but on the flip side of that, the advantage that they're still playing football, or they're playing football as a lead into a season, and in tough conditions week in, week out up here, weather-wise, so they're match fit, they're match hardened, they're ready to go. But the challenge around trying to educate them of how we want to play and where we want to improve with not having the time out in the ground with them has been difficult, but we feel like we've made some good progress in those areas considering the lack of time we've had. So no, we're excited with where it sits. We're looking forward to the players getting through the rest of the NTFL season, the guys still involved, and then having a sort of a 3-week block where we can spend plenty of time together and be ready to go for round one.
And you just touched on that. Obviously, it's a unique build-up to round one against Brisbane here at home. We're in the middle of NTFL finals, and you don't often get the whole squad together, very often, if at all, during the pre-season. So give us an insight what happens from here on in. I think there's a couple of weeks left of NTFL, and then you get a couple of weeks with the squad. So what are your plans?
So most of our guys have sort of been in 2 and 3 times a week, doing plenty of recovery. We've got probably 13 or 14 guys now in full training. And then the guys that are playing NTFL, they still come in on a Wednesday night to main session and be involved in all our education stuff, walkthroughs, etc. And then they spend more time doing recovery. So it's a bit of a mixed bag. But yeah, we'll continue to do that. We'll get more and more blokes available every week as teams sort of fall out of the NTFL season, but there's only 3 weeks to go with that. So the buy-in from the players in terms of how it looks for them has been really good so far. So yeah, no, it's working okay. And then we've sort of got a 2-week block leading into round one, which we'll spend plenty of time together. We'll have a camp the weekend before. And then we'll be ready to go round one, that's for certain. It'll be a tough selection, no doubt.
And last year, obviously, the boys had a disappointing season. I think missed finals for just the second time in the NEAFL. Has the club set any goals for 2019, and what is, I guess, a pass mark for the side this year?
I'm like everyone at this point of the year. You want to play finals, so that's our goal. But we sort of really looked at areas that we needed to improve in, both playing personnel and then the way we play, and we've really targeted that, and we feel like if we're able to do that, that'll bring out the strengths of the territory players and the way football's played in the territory. And if we are able to do that and improve in those areas, we feel like we'll be able to compete with most teams and give ourselves a chance to be there right at the end of the season.
And just lastly, as a new coach coming into NT Thunder in the NEAFL, what are you most looking forward to in 2019?
Personally, the opportunity to coach at this level, but then just to work with talented players every day. That's a really exciting thing for me personally, and hopefully us as a program improving and being acknowledged all around the country as a really strong program. And if we're able to do that, then some reward will come, and hopefully players get recognised in terms of AFL drafting, etc. And if we're able to do that, we'll win some games of footy along the way, and we'll have a good time. So that's the real focus for us.
Well, thanks for your time, and all the best for the rest of the pre-season.
No dramas at all, thank you.